Hi and welcome to Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds.
And I'm Dean O'Lally. Today we're coming to you from the Oklahoma Territorial Museum in Guthrie.
Guthrie's just north of Oklahoma City, right off I-35, and of course we all know it as our state's original capital. And this museum tells the story of those days as well as all the other historic moments that went into making Oklahoma the 46th state. Don't let the word history make you think this isn't going to be fun. There are all sorts of exhibits, activities, even games awaiting you inside this building. We'll have more on how you can plan your visit just a little bit later in the show.
But first, we're going to head south towards the Red River for some outdoor action.
From bow fishing to duck hunting and a lot of good down-home cooking in between, our Jeff Roberts has scored the assignment of the week at Sam's Duck Club.
Today we got a great agritourism destination with an amazing cause helping out wounded warriors. We're going to find about all the fun and how you can help inside the man cave. Sam's Duck Club is just west of Marietta near the Red River, and it's a beautiful lodge offering just about something for everyone, like premier duck hunts with many species of ducks.
Load her up.
Not a hunter? Don't worry. There's also daytime and nighttime bird watching, an abundance of wildlife, delicious food, and of course, Sam's warm hospitality. And speaking of Sam Barrick and his warm hospitality, why is he doing all this?
You know, I'm starting to do more and more of these wounded warrior hunts, and that's kind of all I want to do, but it takes money to do that, so we would appreciate if you come down and book a hunt with us or a bow fishing trip, and I can accommodate even people in wheelchairs.
How can you say no to a face like that? Give him a smile.
Yeah, yeah.
Sam's dad and uncle both served in the military, but he didn't. This is his way of not only serving, but making sure our veterans are appreciated for all that they've done for us.
I think we need to show them a little appreciation and do for them. We do for everybody else. We don't take care of our veterans very well.
Don't want a duck hunt? How about bow fishing? You know, Sam mentioned that earlier, and yeah, we got to do that too, just like you can when you book your trip. That will in turn help a wounded warrior. Really? We had to show my epic fail? We couldn't show the airboat ride? We've had an absolute blast here at Sam's Duck Club, and if you really are looking for a great time with the family and the guys and all that kind of stuff and helping out wounded warriors, definitely Sam's Duck Club is the place to call. Just do us a favor like we always ask you. Tell them you heard about it right here on Discover Oklahoma.
A story brought to us by our friends at Oklahoma Agritourism. We hope you'll take time this coming summer to explore all the different options for an agritourism-based vacation. Just hop onto our website, travelok.com, and click where it says Request Free Brochures. You'll find information on Oklahoma hunting, country stays, Western experiences, and agritourism's newest brochure, the Oklahoma Wine Trail.
I have to tell you that you are surrounded by some fascinating Oklahoma history here at the Oklahoma Territorial Museum.
There is a lot to see. If military history is what you are interested in, we got a spot in Oklahoma City that I'm going to tell you, you just can't miss.
And so it's time to come with me now to the 45th Infantry Museum. Entering the 45th Infantry Division Museum is the beginning of a fascinating journey through the history of an incredible fighting unit. The 45th Infantry Division was mobilized in 1923 and was active through 1968 and became one of the most storied units in history. And you can take away a better appreciation of what these fellow citizens have done to preserve our freedom.
What they're missing is the heritage not only of the citizen soldier of the state of Oklahoma, but the military heritage of the United States of America. We honor the citizen soldier and the citizen of the United States who has volunteered his time in most cases, because we did have a draft for a while, as you know, and defended the country. And within the walls of this museum, you'll be able to follow that defense of the country from World War I all the way through what's currently going on in the world today.
There are 10 galleries in the museum, starting off in the Hall of Flags, which is a chronological depiction of the state's military history. Did you know, for example, that 26 battles of the American Civil War were fought right here in Oklahoma?
And the last regularly commissioned Confederate general officer to lay down his arms at the end of the war, Brigadier General Stan Whitty, only Native American general officer on either side, I might add, he laid down his arms near Fort Townsend, Oklahoma, which of course means the American Civil War ended in Oklahoma.
One of the most requested areas to see deals with World War II.
In our World War II gallery, as a matter of fact, you'll see the largest collection of items once the personal property of Adolf Hitler on public display anywhere in the world. Now, there are larger collections, but they're in private hands and not on public exhibition.
The center section of the museum holds two very significant and popular collections.
You have the Bill Malden Art Collection. We have over 200 of his Willie and Joe cartoons as he drew them in the field during the Second World War, for which he received the Pulitzer Prize. This is the largest collection of his Willie and Joe cartoons in the world. Immediately adjacent to that is the Reeves U.S. Military Firearms Collection, the third largest collection of its type in the nation, which is probably the one exhibit where people will walk in the door and wonder, where is it? Take me straight to it. They're more interested in that than anything else.
There are some very impressive artifacts in that collection, and many of those weapons from America's military history you are not going to see anywhere else in the country. The building itself also has historical significance, yet
the one thing that I hear all the time is, wow, I had no idea this place was here. And then other people will say, wow, this place is a lot bigger on the inside than it appears to be on the outside.
You'll find history at every turn in the museum, from the Support Forces Hall to the area dedicated to Oklahomans in military aviation and the Oklahoma Air National Guard. There are operational military vehicles and artifacts everywhere.
We find that a casual perusal of the interior of the museum can take you 2.5 to 3 hours depending upon your degree of interest. And then you can easily spend another hour outside the museum in the 15 acres, which we call the military park, examining the historic armored vehicles, artillery pieces, aircraft, rotary wing aircraft, and ancillary equipment.
You will be saddened by what men found when they liberated Nazi death camps, but you will also be inspired by the gallantry of these fighting men. Inspiration is foremost in the museum mission, and that mission is accomplished quite successfully. And one of the 45th Division's greatest awards came from General Patton himself. He called the division one of the best, if not the best division in the history of American arms. Admission to the 45th Infantry Museum is free, but donations are accepted and appreciated. An important note, the museum is closed on Mondays. Find out more about them on their website, 45thdivisionmuseum.com.
Coming up on Discover Oklahoma.
There's so many things about Tulsa and Oklahoma in here that it would be a lot of fun to put stuff in the yard.
We're shopping in T-Town and scoring some sweet yard art. And our trip to Little Italy, where one thing's for sure, you're not going to go away hungry.
Probably some of the best Italian food I've found in the state so far.
Plus, fast food that tastes like it's been baking for hours. Where to stop for some of the best pizza in Tulsa, coming up right here on Discover Oklahoma.
Great travel tips anytime, like Discover Oklahoma on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Oklahoma's new 2016 Outdoor Guide is full of the state's most spectacular activities and destinations. And when you use our new mobile app, some of the pages spring to life. So find your Oklahoma state of mind. Order your free guide at travelok.com today.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Territorial Museum in Guthrie. This place is just stuffed with interesting artifacts that tell the story of our state's beginnings.
Absolutely. Now, if this time of the year, though, has you ready to decorate your outdoor space, patios, backyards, you name it, Julie Chin has found it on her latest trip to the Garden Deva in Tulsa.
Step inside Garden Deva Sculpture Company and you'll find a shop, a studio, and an all-around happy place.
Deva is actually D-E-V-A, which means happy spirit in Sanskrit.
Lisa Regan started selling her feel-good, whimsical metal art over 20 years ago. Business has been blooming ever since.
I tell people I'm a glorified welder. I mean, we essentially have just a great machine shop, and our function, though, is to do creative work.
This 10,000 square foot space in Tulsa's Pearl District is where Lisa and her team make their metal masterpieces.
It's a working studio. So people can come in and they not only can look at the artwork, but they can also see us working if they want to and have a little bit of understanding about that. So I think it's fun for people to be able to see that.
Lisa's canvas is a large metal sheet. And this 5,000 degree plasma torch is her paintbrush.
It basically melts the metal as you move your hand, and so you can create really organic and fluid shapes very quickly. There's this instant gratification when you're making this kind of work.
She isn't kidding. I tried my hand at it.
I think you might be a natural, sweetie.
And it's a rush.
Oh my goodness.
Although my Oklahoma pales in comparison to the great pieces at Garden Deva.
I think there's some lovely, interesting things and several that I would love to take home.
From sports fans to dog lovers to gardeners, it seems that Lisa has thought of it all.
My shop has got everything from like a $5 magnet up to, you know, $500 sculpture in here.
And Lisa doesn't solely work in metal. She recently started using fossils she collected from Spring Creek, not far from Tahlequah.
So I've started turning them into sculptures.
That's neat. So you can buy a piece of Oklahoma
Truly,
and a sculpture.
yeah.
There were several things. There's so many things about Tulsa and Oklahoma in here that it would be a lot of fun to put stuff in the yard.
From front yards to Philbrook, Garden Deva is lifting spirits across the Oklahoma landscape.
Come, visit us.
The Garden Deva studio is open Monday through Saturday, and you can always check out Lisa's art online. If you're interested in trying your hand at this kind of art, Lisa teaches classes. You can find details on her Facebook page. In Tulsa, I'm Julie Chin, Discovering Oklahoma.
To find more places to shop for unique items, head to our website, travelok.com, and type shopping into the search bar.
Up next on Discover Oklahoma.
For me, that is a clean plate and taking my bread at the very end and sopping it all the sauce up and cleaning it dry.
Your best bet when it comes to authentic Italian in Oklahoma. That's when Discover Oklahoma continues.
Oklahoma Today magazine brings you stunning photography and authentic award-winning stories of home from Oklahoma. The only magazine that covers the entire state, Oklahoma Today showcases what we love about Oklahoma, bringing to you the very best of its people, places, culture, history, and of course, its legendary food. Subscribe now at oklahomatoday.com and get 6 issues absolutely free. Don't miss a single issue of Oklahoma Today magazine.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Territorial Museum in Guthrie. It's housed in the Carnegie Library, which was built back in 1903. This is where our first territorial governor was sworn in, right down here on the steps. This building has seen so much Oklahoma history.
Absolutely. Now, in southeastern Oklahoma, it's Italian history that's at the heart of some of our state's
food is involved
greatest
somewhere.
food. You knew where I was going with that. We're going to go right now to one of my favorite places of all time, the Isle of Capri in Krebs. Stephanie Fields is the 4th generation to run Isle of Capri. She is continuing that heritage, that passion, a 66-year-old tradition.
Our recipes, we still do everything daily, homemade. You know, we're known for our spaghetti sauce and our homemade raviolis and meatballs.
They are also known for their outstanding steaks and lamb fries. Now, I grew up eating at the Isle of Capri, and simply put, although their food is fantastic, they have a devoted following. This gentleman has been eating here for 33 years.
There's all these Italian restaurants over here, and this is my favorite. I come to the Isle because it's good Italian food,
Yvette Martin has been a regular customer for 25 years, so what keeps her coming back?
The food, the service, the fact that when you leave here, you are full. And the other thing that I really like, I think probably more than anything, is the fact that real Italians are making this wonderful Italian food. That's important. It's authentic.
And what else is authentic is the approach to making the food.
I start about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, you know, and I start with my sauce. We make raviolis every night. It's pretty continuous, you know. It's a job, but I like it. It's enjoyable.
It's the tradition of creating a tasty dish carved by the repetition of skillful hands. And regardless of what you order, you will get a lot of food. You get salad and bread first. After that, you get your spaghetti and raviolis. Then you get your entree.
You don't go away hungry, you know. It's like you said, it's one thing at a time, and I think that we're known for those portions, how they come out. You know, we don't want you to go away hungry.
I had chicken parmesan dinner, which came with spaghetti and raviolis and side salad, so it'll fill you up. I promise you that one. It's good eating.
I tell you what, it's definitely filling. I mean, you get full.
Lots of food for the money.
You get a full stomach when you leave, so the value you get for the food is amazing. And you can't beat the raviolis, the gnocchis, the manicotti. It's wonderful, wonderful Italian food.
It's all rich, flavorful Italian cuisine that is part of a tradition.
Probably some of the best Italian food I've found in the state so far.
For me, that is a clean plate and taking my bread at the very end and sopping it all the sauce up and cleaning it dry. That would be a sign that I have done well with my food.
I guess an Italian family style experience, just good home cooked food, you know, that we just put a lot of time into, and you know, we put a lot of pride into it.
No matter where your next road trip takes you, we're going to help you find a great place to eat. Just pick up a current copy of Oklahoma Today magazine. This month is devoted to great places to chow down. You'll find a copy on newsstands, or you can subscribe and get the magazine delivered to your door at their website, oklahomatoday.com. Up next, another stop on the good food train.
We love Tulsa, and we think it's a great addition to the scene.
We're hitting one of the best places for homemade pizza, coming up right here on Discover Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's new 2016 travel guide is your ticket to the state's most exciting places, attractions, and activities. Loaded with great ideas from cover to cover. Don't wait to order. Get your free 2016 Oklahoma travel guide online at travelok.com today.
And the waving wing.
Kiss your snow sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain.
We know we belong to the land. And the land we belong to is grand. And when we say, we're only saying you're doing fine, Oklahoma, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, come see for yourself.
Welcome back to Guthrie and the Oklahoma Territorial Museum. I want to show you something really cool, one of many wonderful artifacts here in this museum. This flag was sewn the year we became a state, and there's our star sewn on that year.
At Betsy Ross's house.
In Philadelphia. How cool is that? That is
fascinating.
one of many great things that you can look at here in this museum. And one of the things you'll note is there's so much simplicity in the lives of people who lived on the prairie at that time. Simple spaces, simple kitchens, simple cooking.
And through the years, of course, Oklahomans have perfected pretty much breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they even borrowed a few tips from different countries, as Jason Grubb is going to show us on his trip to STG Pizza in Tulsa.
Specialate Tradizionale Garantita. STG is specialty and tradition guaranteed. It's the absolute end-all be-all of what Napolitana or Naples pizza is.
Customers are quick to agree with Mike Bausch, owner of STG Pizzeria, Gelateria.
Pizza's great, real fresh ingredients. The dough was the best part of it, so really crisp and tasted like nothing I've had around here.
Didn't have a lot of heavy sauce on it or anything.
We're definitely worth a visit.
STG stays true to Italy. Not only is the wood-burning oven imported, so is every ingredient.
It's not something you could just have the right flour for and then there you go. You need to have the right oven, the right flour, the right olive oil. Everything needs to come together. Plus, You need to be trained in it.
Mike's training comes from an Italian school specializing in Napolitano pizza.
I wanted to know the scientific reason, like I was a mechanic. Why do you integrate? Why do you ferment when you should ferment? Why 24 hours? Why 36-hour ferment? What type of yeast? When should yeast go? All those things so I could be the best pizzaiolo possible.
And he is quite literally among the best pizza makers in the world. Mike has been competing internationally since 2008.
When it comes to pizza, we're not looking to be pretentious like we know everything. We're just excited about this. And the level of attention that Americans pay to steak is what Italians pay attention to in terms of flour and pizza.
From the Americano with pepperoni to a spicy diavolo that comes with sausage and pistachios, STG has 12 to 15 pies on the menu at any given time, but they'll create whatever you want.
It's a good variety. The pizza is awesome. It's fresh. You don't taste the preservatives that you do in fast food type pizza.
It may not taste like fast food, but the service here is pretty quick, thanks to that brightly colored Italian oven sporting some Tulsa pride.
That cooks in 90 seconds.
It's pretty impressive how they cook it in 90 seconds. The flavor is great. It's a great portion for one person.
So we're gonna sear the outside of this pizza at over 900 degrees, which is something that very few people do. A normal pizza is 550 degrees.
That makes the crust crispy on the outside while staying light and airy on the inside. So this is the original traditional margherita pizza, and this knife here is specially designed to cut it.
It's an ode to Italy with mozzarella for the white part of the flag, red in the San Marzano tomatoes, and green basil representing the green part of the flag, the colors of the Italian flag.
Save some room for dessert. You'll want to top off your visit with a scoop of gelato. It's all made in town with natural ingredients and churned very slow.
Since it's churned so much slower, it's going to be denser. But since it uses milk, it's half the fat, half the calories, but at the same time, it doesn't coat your tongue, so you taste all the flavors.
If you're feeling inspired enough to make a pizza in your own kitchen, buy all the authentic ingredients from the STG Market. Dine in or take out. Mike wants his customers to know there's a great deal of enthusiasm for pizza behind his menu.
It's based and rooted in passion and heart, and we love it, and we believe others will love it. And we love Tulsa, and we think it's a great addition to the scene.
Nel centro de Tulsa, sono Jason Grubbs per Discover Oklahoma. I'm told that's Italian, or in downtown Tulsa, I'm Jason Grubbs for Discover Oklahoma.
Plan your next road trip with the perfect break for lunch or dinner with a copy of our 2016 travel guide. It's easy to get a copy sent right to your own front door. Head to our website, travelok.com, and click where it says Request Free Brochures.
We want to say a big thank you to the folks here at the Oklahoma Territorial Museum in Guthrie for hosting us this week. They offer all types of guided tours and educational programs here. You can easily sign up to bring your group out at their website, okterritorialmuseum.org, or just stop by during the week for smaller groups. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5.
And coming up next Saturday on Discover Oklahoma, we are going to take a road trip to one of our great state parks, experience the beauty of Romano's State Park.
One of my very favorite parks. Some of the best Tex-Mex in the state also coming up next week. We're going to give you a sample of the most popular dish at Gringo's next Saturday night right here on Discover Oklahoma.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma. Our intrepid Ford Explorer is provided by the Oklahoma Ford Dealers, official partner of the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department.